What's up with it, man? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not a member, and also be able to hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Okay, it's a sad day not only for the African American community, but it's also a sad day, for Hollywood. Okay, uh, it wasn't. Well, I'm not gonna say it wasn't weird back then, but we all know it was weird. But Sidney Portier, man, uh, my my grandmother and great grandmother's favorite actor, passes away at the age of 94. Sidney Portier is the first black Hollywood's first black movie star and became the first black man to win the Best Actor Oscar. Okay, uh, he originally came from the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? Had an island root background. Uh, for those of y'all might be way too young to remember, man. But he won the first Oscar, his first Oscar for the 1963 classic Lilies of the Field. Um, he's best known for explored racial tensions as Americans were going through social changes, especially involving the civil rights movement. And a lot of people don't notice that he was involved in our civil rights movement. Like I've talked time and time again about uh, guys like MLK, Malcolm X, Jim Brown, Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Anybody that was black during Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Kareem, of course, or at that time Lou Alcindor. You know, he was definitely involved. And his movies portrayed the struggles in the South. There were also racial taboos. Um, for example, it talked about it precluded him from most romantic parts. But these dignified roles helped audiences of the 1950s and the 1960s envision black folks not just as like servants or butlers or anything like that, but like doctors, teachers, and detectives and stuff. Positions that they thought that we were too stupid to do. And I know that a couple of brothers in particular that are going to go way in more deep and detailed about this. When you talk about what's up with it, Memphis? Yeah. What's up with it, Luda Ryder? Definitely go subscribe to that boy, Luda Ryder. Luda Ryder, I'm gonna talk about AB in a minute. I haven't talked about it yet. Salute to you. Go subscribe to that boy, Luda Ryder. But guys like Too Raw for TV and LVZ, they'll be able to go sub to their channels because I know that they're gonna go way more in depth when it comes to Sidney Portier. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Too Raw will probably. I wouldn't be surprised if Too Raw did maybe about at least a 30-minute video. I hope Too Raw don't. Too Raw probably gonna want to fight me after I say that because it's just a lot. Him, guys like him and RIP Cicely Tyson. A lot of people don't know, man, that they really they broke ground for black actors and black actresses and stuff. And it's funny yesterday that Too Raw had actually put up a post about uh, Dizzy Gillespie and Cab Calloway and stuff. And a lot of people didn't know, that Cab Calloway, well, Dizzy Gillespie had got into it with Cab Calloway, because he got kicked out of the orchestra, and then what's his name, what's his name, Dizzy Gillespie actually stabbed him in the leg, at Cab Calloway in the leg. But that's a whole nother story, though. Sidney Portier, man, my grandmother, I used to have to sit down and watch him, in black and white and stuff like that. But then I began to look at his movies more and more as I got older, and you don't really notice it at first, especially when you get older, when you're younger. But as you get older, you begin to appreciate that, those black and white movies and stuff like that, those older movies and stuff. Now, he was the youngest of seven children. He was born several months premature in Miami in 1927. Uh, he was so tiny that he could fit in his father's hand. That's how tiny he was. And both of his parents were tomato farmers who traveled from Florida, or from the Bahamas, to Florida. You know, um, you know, uh, he what he would do is, he was aspiring to be an actor, and he got a job as a dishwasher in a restaurant, and an elderly a waiter had took an interest in the teen and spent nights after her work reading the newspaper to improve his comprehension, his grammar, his punctuation, enunciation, things of that nature. Um, and that helped him to become more articulate. And that's what helped him land a lot of roles. He landed work in the American Negro Theater, and he took acting lessons. And he actually had a Bahamian accent, and then he landed a role as an understudy to Harry Belafonte. Lord behold, Harry Belafonte. Um, and then this is another thing too. A lot of people don't realize that he refused to take a lot of roles that felt like they were demeaning towards black people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was talking about earlier. You know, people gotta realize that playing a butler, or playing, like, what I'm saying, somebody that, yes sir boss and stuff like that, that was so demeaning to us. You know what I'm saying? Or even, like, guys that would paint their faces, doing that racial bullshit, painting their faces and stuff like that, pretending to be black and be cooks and all that other stuff. Nah, we were doctors. You know what I'm saying? We had the mind enough to be lawyers. We had the mind enough to be, play detective, things like that. Like I was mentioning earlier, you know. And another thing is that in the '50s, dark skinned, complected actors, they had their, in order to land complex roles, it was extremely difficult. But Sidney Poitier, like Lou the writer was saying, he was the Denzel, of this time. He was able to break ground. I would say he was more like Jackie Robinson in a sense. He broke a lot of grounds and a lot of barriers for us and everything. Uh, what's up with it, Alex? I see you in the building. Yeah, and I like Raising in the Sun. Uh, you know, the thing that y'all have to understand, man, is, see, y'all might look at this and be like, oh, well, big deal and all this other stuff, but this guy passing away, you don't really understand how much he had to endure from an acting perspective in order for you know, the guys that you see right now today, like the Denzels, like the Samuel L, like the Michael B. Jordan. We go even younger, the Michael B. Jordans. Uh, sh- man, I could go on and on and on. You know, Samuel L. You know what I'm saying? All these black actors that you see, you know, right now, the Morris Chestnuts, the Tay Diggs, uh, you know, even the shoot, man, the Tupac Shakurs, and even the black female actresses. You know what I'm saying? Like the Queen Latifahs, and like the Regina Kings, and you know, like the Chris Tuckers, you know, like the Bernie Macs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that you see, you know what I'm saying, as black man. If it weren't for Sidney Portier, wouldn't it even happen, man? So RIP to the legend, Sidney Portier. Sidney Portier. He was 94 years old, 94 years young, man. Lived an incredible life, man. So y'all let me know what you think. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie Luda Ryder Sports. Alex, I appreciate you pulling up. Of course, my dog Memphis pulling up too. Till then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I'll get at you later.